Now, today we are gathered under one roof, and we are privileged to host an impressive assembly of distinguished business leaders, visionary entrepreneurs, global pace setters, industry captains, innovators, policymakers, and transformational leaders from diverse sectors and generations.
My mantra is you lose nothing by lighting another woman's candle. So in this journey that we have begun to be recognized as icons, let's celebrate each other, let's uplift each other. Together as united women, we will go far. I always say Africa, Western, Southern region, all the regions under the world, women are the most powerful. So believe in yourself, girl, trust in yourself. You are the real game changers of this season.
Let me begin by appreciating the leadership of the Iconic International, ably led by the President, Ambassador Dr. Lewis, the entire organizing committee, and everyone who has packaged this together. Thank you very much for this privilege to stand before your presence to share with us. The theme for this year's award, titled The Africa We Want, is not only inspirational, it's not only aspirational. Ladies and gentlemen, it's urgent. How do I mean? Africa is not poor. Let me say that again. Africa is not poor. We are a continent blessed with vast natural resources all across the continent, and the world knows this.
You upgrade. You don't go to some churches now and see ceiling fans. Everywhere is air conditioned like here. So what does that mean? It means that if not the church is upgraded, at the time Moses was leading the Israelites out of Egypt, they were carving the 10 commandments of stones. At the time of Jesus, it was on a scroll. After a while, it was on papyrus. After a while, you can have the Bible now on your phone. So we must grow with development. But before you then go with those development, you must create the, I can't say it enough. If you do not bring the people up with you, your policies can't work.
Nigeria is blessed, and it's really, really true. Not only do we have oil, not only do we have gold, not only do we have the deposits of gas that rival countries such as Russia, but we also have things many countries don't have. We have 250 human talented people. I always say Nigeria's problem isn't that we don't know what to do. It's that the systems in which we make our decisions are not clear. We have to demand more from ourselves. Because at the end of the day, if we don't demand from ourselves, who will?
We're not going to be here celebrating all our own accolades and validating ourselves and receiving awards. But we're also using these platforms to challenge one another to say, I know you are living and working to survive for yourself, but let's be intentional. No nation that has crashed survived that crash or built itself back up without the individual effort of the people within that system. We Nigerians cannot be complacent. We cannot continue to be keyboard warriors and expect a change within us. How many of us enjoying that? Talk about a keynote address. If you enjoy that, can you say, "We love you, Dr. Kathy"? Thank you so much. That was so powerful. So moving on very quickly, we are going to be having a very powerful fireside chat. And the people who are going to be on this fireside chat, might I say, are very, very powerful and inspiring people. So consistency, discipline, structure. Structure is very important. And then intentional positioning. Intentional positioning. Remember I mentioned if I go to your page, what do I see? Do I see value? If I don't see value, then that is a problem. So if you want to
have a good business, right? Especially as young entrepreneurs, you must ensure to be disciplined, be consistent, have structure, and position yourself, especially when you are in rooms like this with opportunities.
Africa is not behind, Africa is becoming. Let me say something very important. The Africa we want will not be built by wishes, but by owning our responsibilities, by restructuring with consistency.
Are we going to ensure that the whole Africa will have a market where we can share value, where we can share intelligence?
One thing I can guarantee you is that tough times are definitely going to come. But I got a quote from this book that says, bad companies die in crisis. Good companies survive them. But great companies are improved by them. This is not a time to sacrifice ethics. This is a time to be honest and pragmatic in decisions. This is a time to be moral. Because at the end of the day, what do we stand for?
So if you lack wisdom on handling finance, then your finances can never give birth to any form of growth, which will later be a reinvestment into what you're trying to achieve. So I would advise anyone that is starting, whether is it small or is it big, you need to overpower the voice of money. Let money hear your voice instead. A lot of people are controlled by money. They don't control money.
The Western world we all envy. The Western world we all run to when we're tired in Nigeria, when we're tired in Africa. We all seek solace in the Western world. Why can't we build our own Africa? We can build something of such care and even better. All we need to see is opportunities instead of limitation and just mere complaints.
As one Africa, we keep shipping our monies out every day. RMB, dollar, we keep sending it to China. But we can build things internally. Yes, we can create things internally. Trust, confidence in one another. Let us build this community. As we are here, let us be able to interact with one another and find that trust and that confidence in another person. If what Africa really lacks is not the talent, like every other person has said.
So, before you leave this building today, identify that one woman that you can support. It could be a contribution, a conversation, a recommendation, but that small act alone can shift a life, because the Africa we want will not be built at summits. It will be built in decisions like this.
Please, can we keep this very, very brief? I would like to call up our moderator, Anita Natasha Akide. Yes, I love the energy. Yes, yes. Please, can we keep clapping as she comes up and she will introduce her panelists.
Once you see that thing is not well placed, you fix it, because nobody is coming to save you. So what I will say is, yes, the government, industries weighs largely on me and you.
Amazing. So it's everyone's responsibility then. Amazing. Do I have Dr. Promise here? Oh, amazing, Dr. Promise. What came up? I was just going to ask you what came about the name. I was like, your parents, but I've never seen a female answer Promise.
I think we're trying. I think we've come a long way to where we are today. I think we're at a place where the internet, social media, the cell phones have changed what business looks like today. Before for you to advertise, the point of entry, the barrier of entry in business was so high. You had to go to a radio station, pay, the television networks, pay the newspaper for you to be able to advertise. But now so many new businesses are coming up on social media. You know what I mean?
A lot of our youngsters, before they started what they are doing already, they all believe it. I want to work in a very big company. I want to work in an oil company. I want to be this. I want to be that. But the truth is this. There are still some older businesses out there that are pulling weights
look around. What unique solution can I create? There are problems everywhere, and there are solutions. You just have to sit back and talk to yourself that what do I want to do differently? What am I bringing to the table? Do I want to be a valuable person? Do I want to, if you talk about Dangote now, he doesn't even need visa to go anywhere.
And looking at how I opened my makeup studio before I went into the Big Brother Ninja house, it was a similar situation. So I finished university and I tried to get a job, and there were no jobs. I needed to create a job opportunity for myself. So then I opened a makeup studio, and in that makeup studio, I saw Big Brother Ninja playing on the screens of TV, and that's how I really got interested to Red Star.
I'm so proud.
Oh, amazing!
Whatever your hands finds to do, do it with all your might. Your might should be valued, just like she rightly said. Why should people come to you? What problem are you solving at your workplace? What problem are you going to solve when you decide to change your growth trajectory into becoming an entrepreneur? Before you start any business, sit back and ask yourself, why would people come to me for this? When you get that answer and you don't get sponsors, I dare you to get the audacity and create your own table.
You see, because of how much I love Africa, how much I love Nigeria, how much I love Edo State, how much I love my people, and how much I have known due to my research, I had a need to continue to push, to do a lot of events to encourage African youth, to encourage our people to wake up, because we are sleeping, we are docile.
The discussions we had today have been truly powerful and filled with vision and innovation. We have not only shared ideas, but we have also built meaningful connections and networks. As we come, on behalf of the team and I, thank you so much for being part of this remarkable journey. And we have refreshments outside